All right, welcome back to another video. This is Real Reflex. I'm Kyle.
Chris.
And I'm Sam.
Today we are reviewing episode 6 of House of Dragon, and this was an episode. I'll start with that. There are a lot of things I didn't like, but there are some things that were pretty interesting. Let's start off with the dragon. Them trying to make the dragon have a writer. So what do you guys think about that? Sea smoke.
Losing a writer?
Well, I knew it was gonna work because, like, what was he from? What blood? Draken, something like that.
He had like very. I don't even think he had any blood.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't think they can just bring random people and just expect them to get on the dragon. And well, first of all, have the dragon accept them. So I thought it was pretty obvious that he's gonna get killed.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how the dragon chooses who's worthy enough to write them. So it was really interesting. I kind of knew too he was gonna die, but it was just obvious. They just chose somebody that wasn't gonna work the first time. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the way. Yeah, I mean it's about right. I don't know what else to say on that one besides I think it's a great way of showing and depicting what it means to be a dragon rider. You know what comes with it, or what cost that comes with riding a dragon. So yeah, it was really interesting.
So what do you guys think about the dragon's choice? Like, was it? What do you guys think?
At first,
No,
I didn't get it because he wasn't Targaryen, but then I had to realize that anybody that was like old Valerian can be a dragon rider. So I was confused at that at first. So I was like, so it made sense when I did a little research and whatnot.
Yeah. I was kind of confused too because like he's not a Targaryen, but like as we know, the Valerians is the closest thing to a Targaryen. So I honestly like the hints were very subtle. Like when thinking back on it, because like we always saw him staring in the sky at the dragons, and I really never thought any much of it. But for him to get one is going to be interesting. I wonder like he's always going to be on the near side. I think because his dad, even though his dad doesn't recognize him, is on that side. But it's going to be interesting to see like how his ego is with the dragon. I think that's what I'm most interested to see.
yeah. Um, the Greens, Aemon and his console are trying to figure out what's next. How should they rule? How do you guys think Aemon's doing so far?
I think Aemond's smart, but I think he thinks of himself too highly. So he's not really taking anybody else's counsel.
Mm.
And I think that's what's going to get him killed because like not everybody like the people at the table, like they're all pretty dumb, but at the same time I just feel like Aemon's unexperienced and he has like the least experience. He's not really listening to anybody, so I just feel like that's just going to be his downfall.
You think he made the right move bringing Otto Hightower
Yeah,
as his end?
yeah. I think Otto is about the family, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to keep them in power. So like I think he's a perfect guy to bring back.
Yeah, Otto's smart too, so he can probably. No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't think he can keep Aemon in check. I don't think nobody can. But yeah, I don't think Aemon will die because I don't think he's dumb enough to throw himself in the fire. So,
Well, he feels overconfident with Vega.
I know, but like, I don't think he'll like rush into a battle that's like, dumb.
Right. and what's his name, Laris?
Larry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how he was trying to put himself in that position, but it backfired badly. Um, I mean, it just goes to show that Aemon is not too. He's has somewhat of what's going on of people's um I guess plans. You know what I mean, or at least uh knowing that I don't think it would be a good idea being at my hand because I feel like you will try to sweet talk, and I don't think he wants that. And I feel like with Otto, at least Otto is somewhat upfront and be like, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah. I think I think it's interesting to see if Otto's going to want Aemon still in power or Aegon, and because
right,
Aegon he's obviously not going to be the same, but like he's still the king, you know.
right. But then again, it's like I feel like it's with this show, it comes down to like who can control who and who can control who the most, and vice versa. How much can the other person control this person? And with Otto and Eamon, I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a push and pull type situation. You know, um, yeah, I don't know. If it's gonna be interesting matchup.
But what if Otto doesn't come back? What if he doesn't want to?
Honestly, I wouldn't blame him.
That's interesting. That would be interesting.
And that council, being in that council room was a disaster. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
But
Nah, I think he's gonna come back because I feel like he's bored at wherever he's at, and I'm pretty sure he wants some sort of duty to not only to his family but you know to the realm and whatnot. So I feel he's gonna come back. He's gonna make a return.
Yeah.
He's gonna accept the job.
how do y'all think this Aegon storyline is going to play out?
I think it's gonna be good, man. I think him probably like listening to Lars while he's in bed, can't do anything, is probably gonna increase his mental by a lot.
Mm.
He can't just rely, like his body's basically gone, so it's all he has is his mind. So he's gonna have to get a lot smarter, and which I think he will. And if he does somehow regain a good amount of health to get back into a position to be king, I think I think he'll rule a lot better, and people will respect him more because he has a changed mindset.
Yeah, but it all depends on how manipulative is Lars is gonna be, and what he's gonna do to manipulate him. Really,
Not
um,
not only that, but like Aemon is threatening him with his life. So like Aemon could easily not easily kill him, but like he's gonna be scared of Aemon. I think that's gonna be a big storyline.
yeah. I don't know. It's interesting how I don't know the character development with that, how that's gonna turn out. Um, because I don't if they go the cheesy route, it's just you know
What is the cheesy route?
I don't know the whole crippled and trying to get back to who he was and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just I want something better, something less predictable.
Mhm. All right.
Allison,
Allison. What happened with her?
they kick Aemon kicked her off the council.
Yeah, like I said, Allison, you're not you haven't been in control in a while, and I don't feel bad for her at all because this is the way she raised her sons. So that's
Mm.
from it.
I don't know. I've seen some growth this episode, man.
From who?
From Allison. She was by Aegon's side at the side of the bed. caring a little bit.
It's too late though. Like he's already messed up. Like I just think Allison's.
But she's growing. I think she's growing. Also, when she was talking to her brother about her other son, and like how if she if she was a good mother because of how her kids turned out in King's Landing, when they said her other son was turned out to be a kind person in a high tower. So I don't know. It was cool. She grew on me a little bit.
Mm.
I'm still at the same spot with her, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit. I can agree with Chris. It's a little bit. Um, I don't know. I feel like the women in this show are starting to realize this is a man's thing, a man's game, really. And don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for that breakthrough. I'm rooting for that, for that change, or at least I don't know, it's from one of the characters, if it's from Rhaenyra or if it's from Allison's side, you know. But it has to be done. You know what I mean? It has to be done well. I feel like the typical, you know, talk is just But
Yeah.
I want something interesting. Something. Yeah. So
So with my biggest critique of the episode was the most unnecessary scene.
it really was. It really was. Like there was no need for that at all. Like,
Mysterio. I just
like,
don't understand what was the point.
I did not see that coming at all.
right, like there, you're just forcing a certain target audience to watch your show now because of that. Like, I feel like that's what I get from it. Like it wasn't needed. It was unnecessary. Like,
Like, it was so random.
And it was never in Rhaenyra's character, I guess. But like
hmm?
it was never in her character.
I never saw it to be. I mean,
Well,
in
I got
in the
I only
beginning,
in the beginning maybe with Allison, but I don't know if
but
that was
yeah,
like
I didn't really see it that way though. I see it as they were, close. They were sisters. They grew up together, things like that. But like, I, I don't,
No,
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That was so random, and yeah,
yeah. Well,
like
let's move. Um,
you know what I
what?
really liked about all this episode was the small folk. That's what they call them, the townspeople.
Uh,
I just like seeing the host perspective of how they think and like what's really going on in the town because we always so used to seeing the people up in power. So I think I just really enjoy watching the townspeople's interaction and perspectives throughout the whole show.
yeah, and yeah, I think I was telling Kyle about this. I think we need to see more of that, and because what makes a kingdom is really the people. So how the people perceive you, and what you do for the people really, what what makes them stand behind you. You know what I mean? Stand behind um your ruling, I guess. But yeah, interested to see how that's gonna go.
Yeah,
So,
I think
and
Rhaenyra.
and that character keeps showing up. I feel like he has a part to play in this.
he's coming. Something's coming.
That guy, yeah, they keep showing him, and I'm just like, it's not for a random reason. I feel like,
He didn't have to do all that by beat up that dude in the street.
hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. You got a family to feed, so
I mean, there's only little food to go around.
right, exactly. And he has a daughter, so
Maybe you have to. I don't know. That's crazy.
gotta do what you gotta do, man.
It was definitely a smart move by Rhaenyra to send them ships for sure. Because
Exactly.
now you got chaos in your own city, which is probably a bigger issue than the people across the sea.
Outside, yeah, exactly. And also too, the people are turning against you to root for someone else, for Rhaenyra. So the fact that the fact that even though the battle is going on, that Rhaenyra is still able to think about the people, about the well-being. That goes to show that oh, she cared about us just like her father did. These people that are on the throne right now don't really care about us. They don't really, they don't really want to. We're starving out here, and they're having feasts and parties while the rest of us, you know what I mean? So well played. It's a good play, definitely from Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
We need more though, because I feel like those little chess moves, the little pawns, it's not. I don't know. It's not gonna work
It's
long
like
enough.
that's not even her though that's doing it. It's like the
Right? It's really not. Yeah.
and I guess
Actually, let's talk about that scene. I think this probably was the best scene, really, from Rhaenyra. Uh, that quote she said when she slapped that guy. Um, I've been so I forgot what she said. She's like, I've been so busy, ruling. I haven't had it, to insert fear into my, And I was like, huh, that's very interesting.
It's
Very
true.
interesting. She says that, which is true, right? Which is true. And when she went into that room, she picked up the sword, and she looked different. She looked different. She looked like I wouldn't say she looked scary, but in a way, her character showed strength in a way,
mhm.
you know. But at the same time, it kind of makes you wonder, like for her as a woman, like it kind of makes you think, like, okay, is this what I have to do to get people to respect me? Like, do I have to put a sword on my hands for me to go out there and do what needs to be done? Is that this what I need to do? I think that's what I got from it. I think that was a great that from that beginning of the scene all the way to that whatever incident was. And yeah, I think that was great. I thought that was a really great scene from Rhaenyra. Probably actually my favorite scene so far from her was that scene from when she slapped that guy, and then from her in that room with the sword. I'm just like, ooh, it's a good one. It's good.
You know,
Yeah.
thought it was a necessary. It's necessary for her to show that dominance because you gain nothing from being nice in the Game of
Right.
Thrones.
Exactly. Exactly.
So last thing I guess is Damon. They keep it feels like they're building up to something happening at Heron Hall. Um,
Yeah.
I just wonder like how that outcome's going to be because I think it's going to be like a big battle or something.
Yeah, I think next episode is gonna be huge. But these memories and flashbacks, bro, it's got me thinking that he gonna die, bro. Because all that, I don't
You think
know.
so?
Yeah, it's like, especially like, because you know how he was like kind of regretting that he didn't comfort his brother when his wife
Mm,
died. That
yeah.
scene is like he's what's the word for it? He's getting uh what's the word when you
Clarity.
more like clarity in a way. Like he's trying
Mm,
to pick up for what he did, and the only way you can do that is just like by like flashback and reliving those moments. So I think this whole character arc is setting him up for him to die.
mm.
Well, okay.
Yeah, because I don't. It's just so much going on with his past life, and I don't know. It just seems like this is time.
Mm,
I don't know. I don't know about him dying. I feel like, yeah, I don't know about him dying. Maybe a character development for sure, but to realize, you know, what his part is in this. But I don't know. Like, it's too early to call.
It is early. It is, but
yeah.
it's
I,
a lot.
I don't know. I don't think they would do all this just for him to die at the end. I hope not. But
I mean, that would be interesting. But to die where? By the hands of who?
I guess
You know what
Damon.
I mean?
They did say Aemond was gonna ride over there when the time was ripe, as he said.
Mm.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much all that happened this episode. You guys want to rate the episode? I'll start with me. I do think this is one of the weaker episodes. Um, It's not enough. It just wasn't enough for me. Um, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'm gonna disagree. I really like this episode.
Okay.
It's hard for me not to like enjoy one of these episodes, but I'm gonna go 8.7. Around 8.7.
Hmm.
It's like the townspeople do it for me, bro. Them team, especially the scene where the townspeople were attacking Allison and Helena. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I
I
just
can.
like, yeah.
I I would agree with Chris. I agree. It was a slow episode, but there's a lot that happened. I kind of you know again, I feel like the characters are still going through their development. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, and and this was a good show too for the townspeople, also too good character development for the townspeople. You know what I mean? We haven't seen much of them from like what season one. So and now we got really see uh them taking action. You know what I mean to what they want from a ruler. So I think this was great. Also too, Allison's character. I think this she did pretty good. This episode also too that speech or that question that she asked Aemond, you know what I mean, have your has your past your past demons not have you not dealt with them yet, you know what I mean, is this why you're doing this, and it's tough. That's a tough question too to ask, because you know what I mean, because like what is Aemond's reasoning for this, you know what I mean, it's like, come on, all of this over something that happened long time ago when you were a child and you still holding that grudge. You need help, so it's a very interesting. I feel like I like that mother and son kind of like dynamic right there. I enjoyed that. um I feel like also too, Allison kind of showed a little bit of empathy, that she, in a way, she said, at least in a way, what I kind of got from her, that scene with her and her brother, was more of like, in a way, at least I have one that's still good, you know what I mean, that's still uh you know doing good by, at least for what I did, you know what I mean, for sending them to where her son is. So that was really interesting. um but yeah, anyways, without me yapping and rambling, I would say the same thing as Chris. 8.7. It was good. It was really interesting. There was a lot of key points to take into this episode, so I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Now that you brought that up, when Allison asked that question to Aemon,
Amen. Yeah.
it's like because he already killed the person that took out his eye,
Right.
and he already basically burned his brother almost to death and gained that king position. It's like, what more do you want to avenge? Like, what else
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
so that was a good that was good. I like that.
Yeah. And that, yeah, that one really stuck with me too. I was like, that was interesting.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you think like, what else would couldn't I mean, of course, he wants the throne, but like, what else could he want? You know what I mean? Like, what could possibly, make you satisfied from the things that happened, years ago. So yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad episode, to be honest.
Interesting that the only son that turned out right was the one not raised by her. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. This is a good, this is an interesting episode. Didn't work for me, but it worked for some others. But yeah, this is where we're gonna end it off. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.